Good morning, puzzle pals. It's been a few days. Let's catch up on some recent material. We may have a special guest in here today, and if we do, we're going to stop everything and jump into his latest puzzle project, a massive one that I was lucky to have just a little roll in. Instant, Willie, good morning, y'all. Yes, Willie, I know it's pushing noon where you are, I assume. Thanks for stopping in. Instant, you as usual. I'm going to keep this thing moving because if our friend shows up, no pressure on this guy. He wasn't 100% sure to be available today, but if he rolls in here, I am going to pull the brake lever. So slam on the brake lever. Don't slam on the brake lever. It's not going to work. Anyway, you get it. So let's bump ourselves over to the New York Times. Yet again, I have done a poor job of keeping up with the consensus gold standard of American crosswords, the vaunted New York Times. Yeah. Oh, Rebecca Goldstein's got today's. Good for you, Rebecca. I usually start with an easy one, then bump to a hard one, and then kind of on to whatever's next. I've done none in the past week. Who wrote Mondays? Honestly, I have no clue. Freddie Chang, what is up, Freddie? Spelled like Freddie Freeman. Eliana, what's happening to you? How are you? Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy bat mitzvah to my beautiful niece, Evie, who did such a wonderful job yesterday with the Torah portion and just all the stuff. What a great kid. Thrilled to help her celebrate. Tons of family and from everywhere, tons of friends. Sid's Grids, OMG. You know, Freddie Chang, we might have to pause you for just a sec because I happened to notice that we had at least one. I'm going to stop the share for a hot minute. We got a Sid grid or two floating around in here. Sydney's Gridney's, good morning to you, sir. How are you? Actually, Sid threw me a copy of a very interesting puzzle he wrote. It might tax my PDF skills or my hold your cell phone in your other hand as a camera skills. Let me see what I specifically had in mind. So that one PDF you gave me looked really fun. I also happen to have a theme list here by you and Matthew Stock from the year 2020. I don't know where, I presumably got that from your website or his, but I mean, I sort of would rather, as long as you're here, Sid, solve one of yours than just randomly solve the Monday because it exists. I mean, there's other more sort of varied stuff here, like for example, an A to Z themeless puzzle from our buddy Peter Gordon over at Fireball. Delka, Liari, man, all these great people are rolling in here. Should I do a classic Ben Bass and just aimlessly chat at you for, 40 to 45 minutes before we get going? No, let's do a crossword, y'all. Sid, are you here for a minute? Are you ready to guide us through? Haha, getting a text. Yep. Okay. Anyway, you're here for the next hour-ish. Love that. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's turn the cards over. Our friend Frisco is the impresario or co-impresario behind this massive annual puzzle that he drops called Just One Clue. This is the new one, Just One Clue 3. And I have not seen this thing yet. This thing is an absolute beast. Dozens and dozens of your favorite crossword people and me all contributed, and I all contributed one clue each, varying wildly in style, or at least that was the deal last year. A lot of fun. I want to do that when Frisco is here. But hey, when the cat's away, Frisco not here yet. So why don't we put Sid front and center? Fred, Sid, have you are you're one of my favorite guys in Crossed World and one of my favorite constructors. But there's no shame in being the opening act to Just One Clue 3. Why haven't I streamed, Delka? Been busy with work. It's been a tennis, bat mitzvah, and work kind of triathlon for me lately. But I keep looking for these time slots, and this is a good one. So, Sid, this is by you and Matthew from 2020. All right. Well, actually, here. Well, first of all, let's throw up Yellow light, meaning solve along with me if you like, but please don't get ahead of me. I should modify this yellow light thing to say like, please don't give away the theme or, like the trick or whatever. But in this case, this thing looks like a themeless crossword. So there's no worries there. But yeah, solve with me. Are these triceps? There is no such thing as the word tricep. So the singular is a triceps, although referring to both arms, I think triceps is also. Where's Ben Zimmer when you need him? Anyway, you get it. Prehensile tails. Wow, is this? I like this. Oh, you were talking to Instant. Yeah, Instant, I haven't seen you stream in a while either. Um, our friend Chet Sellers just had a monster stream going. What is with this AO? I want this to be I'm all ears, and yet I think this A is right. Maybe this isn't this. It's always harder to solve when I don't shut up, which seems to happen like every time. Are these, I mean, they're like horse shots that you would announce that you were going to do. I mean, basketball shots, some sort of don't know. Sid, you and Matt so far are pretty much, I think this is like a one hitter so far. I don't even love this, honestly, but let's go on. No clue. Well, this is clearly the Seattle Kraken, probably like red hot news when you two guys wrote this puzzle and maybe early COVID. Ooh, Steven Starr, good morning to you. Trick shot, I love that. And yet, is this not, I mean, does anybody here have prehensile tats? I mean, I think what's his face? I think The Rock had a few, maybe in Moana. I don't know if I love that, although I have to admit, that's better than anything I thought of. Is this a K? I am utterly baffled so far. Central Connecticut School. Well, is it? I don't even know what state RPI is in. Is is it Wesleyan in Middletown? My brother went there. All right, this is this? Honestly, no clue. Starting to look like it though. This bird bath, didn't Calvin? Yeah, New York State sounds very familiar. Yep, our friend Tyler went there. Um, up in Wow. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stop talking for a minute because I think I'm like 2 for 20 at the very slow start. Do I dare make an excuse that I had a wonderful late night with family and friends at my niece's and at and after my niece's bat mitzvah last night? Well, it's true, although I feel perfectly well rested. No, my only excuse is my own ongoing lack of skill. Even I know that. And that, hmm, I mean, I want this to be like pencil. Um, Rufus SRK, I would say, look, it's one of those like sell you follower chat bot spammers, but no, just because you started with a verb doesn't mean you're not right. Exactly, Rufus, you are right. First time chatter, welcome to you. It's IROC Z. I don't think test works here. Is it a nest egg? Is it a desk? It certainly is. Sid, is it all coming back to you now? Like share? Or no, Celine Dion. To me, those are like nearly the same person, but no, let's get our facts straight, y'all. Is this, oh, this is that. Got it. And this is ATM something. I wanted this to be big slick, ace, king, poker hand. Um, Rufus, are you part of the Chet Sellers Mafia? Our friend Chet was knocking out his 2 crosswords in about an hour Saturday and Sunday morning thing, but I didn't get going early enough for him to like dump his massive audience in here. He generously raids here usually when we're doing this at the same time. I want this to be I'm all ears. And yet well, actually, yeah, maybe it is. Let's try that. That just means I completely, what other than a tail could be prehensile? I have no idea. Maybe this is wrong. This could be that. This I have no clue. But sure. Is that this? Nice. Okay. Stephen, how dare you? She was an elite doubles player. Did I see her play alongside Martina Hingis against Megan Shaughnessy and Chicago's Laura Granville in Arthur Ashe Stadium and Labor Day weekend of 2002? No one remembers. Only you can answer that. I have no clue. Is this a money shot? Is that conceivably? Could be right. Prehensile limbs like that. Okay. I do. I mean, I'm sure that's correct. If these guys, two of the greats, two of America's greats, put it in there. Lats. There we go. Tanya with an I, with a Y. Not seeing that. Wow. Some sort of spy movie deal. Not sure. It's lifts. Oh, a brief could be. Okay, like debriefing Tom Cruise in one of those movies where he jumps off of things and onto other things. Let's go Wes. Oh my God, it was. Anybody here listen to WESU? I used to when I visited my brother at Wesleyan University. A brook, apparently. This is a stir up, and Adam being like adjective. I like that. All right, this is that. Nice. Is this French left-handed pro tennis player Terence Atman? Apparently not. He had a huge win, I think, this week in Madrid. I forget. Chat, fill me in. I know you all are hardcore tennis dorks, and you come here for me babbling about players you've never heard of. All right, this is a Sitski, conceivably. ATM. I mean, I want this to be like insert your code into an ATM. Oh, ATM inside, a sign saying there's an ATM inside. Got it. Okay, this is the one with the spy kids. It is the one where he drives a race car. It is Amanda Bynes. She is definitely not Melissa Joan Hart. I feel confident in saying that. Quickly get out of my Amanda Bynes knowledge base once we get past that. This is this. Is this an emo kid? I think not. Sync, sag. Somebody in the chat is already typing this answer. E-girl. Let's try that. All right, this is Big with Tom Hanks. Sid, you're supposed to fill in all of the letters. Why did you not do that? This. I did something wrong here. That's this. Somebody knows this, and you're politely watching me fail, which I appreciate, by the way. This is kale. This is an iris. What is this? Wait, something here looks wrong. I don't like this. Sid, did you put my lack of Desi vocab knowledge on display for everyone to enjoy? This is right. I guess this is right. I know some of your basic Indian foods. In fact, we had a non-pun in the New York Times on Thursday, if I recall. Somebody told me they liked the puzzle that day, and I was like, thanks. Which one was it? And I think that was Craig's list. Craig Newmark. Inadvertent billionaire Craig Newmark. This is lasagnas. Now we've talked about the best and worst newspaper comic strips of all time. This is that. And welcome, lurkers, chatters. Bunch of great people in here today. Appreciate you all joining me. Hope everyone's enjoying the weekend. I certainly am.
pause. Put a hold on like that, conceivably. Ladavi, good morning. I know this time slot is easier for you over in jolly old Scotland. My oops. Some deviant. Let me see if our French Frisco has checked in here. Oh, I got a fun thing going on today. I know everybody loves / hates it when I like name drop or tell miscellaneous pop culture stories, but let's finish this. I'll talk about Brendan. This is an NFT. I got nothing there. Did Frozen take place near Omsk? Because other than letting it go, I know very little about Arendelle and the things that you should do there. Okay, so this is Oman because the letters O-M-A-N are in romance novels. Nice one, Sid and Matthew. Interesting. I mean, could be ball games would be 9 letters. I don't know if I'll have an L there or a B there. I have no idea what this is. In general, as a rule, on balance, on average, this probably. So what is going on here? Don't know. Sativa, saliva, stevia. Stevia Nicks alludes to, hints at, tormented, beset. Xenia with a GNA would be a fashion designer. Oh, Omega, nice one, Sid. Omega as in the last letter of the Greek alphabet. There are 24 letters, I think. This would be llamas. Or Sid, you missed the chance to clue it as like Fernando or Lorenzo Lamas. Well done, Steven Stubb. Well done. You know, Edge of 17 is an absolute all-timer, and yet a few more, maybe leather and lace, but honestly, should Stevie Nicks be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as a solo artist? Fleetwood Mac, absolutely. Trash Collector is a slob. I wanted this blob, anti-meme. Rosalind Russell, super vocalic, one-time movie star Rosalind Russell. Please note that she has each vowel exactly once. If you haven't heard me talk about super vocalics before, it is probably your first time here. But for those, well, you know, we do get, 800,000 lurkers here on average. On average. So for those of you who don't know what a super vocalic is, consult the chat box. All right. Oh, Oslo, of course. It's close to Arendelle because Arendelle, because it had like the reindeer and it's like in like Northern Europe country. Yeah, I guess I'll buy that. I mean, was that in like the same universe we're in? Is the Arendelle multiverse movie going to come out soon? I have no idea. This is late games, of course. That makes sense. Now, when I was a kid, double headers were like you enter and you stay for 2 games. But now they're like, I think they tend to be like Twilight double headers. Like, God forbid they don't sell 2 tickets to the game that day, whatever. You get it. All right, this is the smart set. What's that like to be in that? Sid, the rest of you in the chat box, you'll have to tell me sometime. This is leafs through. This is sheepish, is gentle as a llama, just like we saw in 55 across. Or Sid, maybe you meant it with 2 L's. Oh, maybe you meant it. Thank goodness. Don't know. Mired in, maybe train service. A Acela becomes, well, race car. You wouldn't do race car, pace lap. Okay, got it. That makes sense. People talk about race car being, I'm getting this wrong somehow. I can already feel myself saying it wrong. Oh, race car is palindrome because it's got it. Okay, so but pace lap. I'm confusing myself. Good day, matey. something Australian? Oh, no, that's like on a ship. Is this like our, oh no, work ethic? Somebody's gonna type it before I get it. Okay, this is fire sales. Nice one, Sid. Matthew, let's give him equal time. Rita Ora. Oh my God, this was a cryptogram. Sid, how dare you? Or maybe you did it. No, Ben, how dare you? Sid did it first. I didn't start writing cryptograms until April of 2020, and presumably you guys beat me to it. So I don't know. If I had done this puzzle, then maybe I could give you credit for being the inspiration. But yeah, the Japanese yen coin is made purely out of aluminum, and it will float on still water, which is pretty neat. It weighs like a gram, if I recall. Okay, Fiona, speaking of cartoons. Oh, Fiona Apple, my favorite. Love that. In fact, she was our opening artwork for a stream recently. Quick Crash, is that Nab? No, Nap. I love a nap, but I said you fooled me. This is Rufus, I think you're onto something, but all right. It floats a lot better than I do, let's say that. Or maybe it doesn't actually with your definition. Anyway, you get it. All right, Pax, this is Cecil Fielder, who interestingly, I forget if it was 300 or 299. Interestingly, Cecil Fielder's son, Prince Fielder, a pretty capable slugger in his own right, ended the career with as many home runs as his dad. And I can only assume that he like chose to stop slugging when he got to the number. Kind of neat, father and son, the same like impressive number. Wow, is this is this, I think, I guess, and then this is Rads. You have successfully completed the puzzle. Well, that feels good. 51 down is, thank goodness, bless. Well done, Sydney. Enjoyed that. I should start saying hello, Sydney, like in that movie Scream. Good one. Love that. Enjoyed it. Sid, that one you sent me, here at AVCX Plus. I think that thing is like really fun, but I just think it might be tough to type these letters in like in a PDF on the screen. Do I dare try it? Oh, it has an iPuzz. Oh, that is such a good point. You know what? It's probably in my email. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take a look. All right, this is going to take me a hot second to like scour out of my Gmail. Sorry, did not see. I didn't even know you were going to be here today. Had I known you were coming, I would have baked a cake. Okay, we'll look at the PDF instructions together. I'll give you all a suggested discussion topic or two. There's that, that. Sid, please lead the class in a discussion. How's everybody's weekend going? Everybody enjoying the lull? Those of you who are not working, anybody do anything fun this weekend, today, yesterday? iPuzz exists. iPuzz, got it. Okay. That's right, Sid. You did ask. I remember that. I remember that. I mean, well, I'll focus on keeping the stream moving. I'm not going to stop and think too hard about my favorite, like cubicle or spherical food. iPuzz files are like notoriously, like even Xword has trouble opening these things on the computer. However, I believe that, yeah, the crossword nexus solver will work. I'm not known for my technical skills, but yeah, first we'll read the instructions. Sid, why don't you explain, as long as you're doing your thing. Sid, why don't you, well, we'll read your instructions, but anything you want to say about this puzzle that I'm not about to read to the class? So, knock yourself out. Although you don't have to, like you said, we're about to read your actual instructions. Bear with me. More broadly, our friend Frisco, who wrote that crazy, gigantic, just one clue.
puzzle, massive group project. I have a clue. Sid, do you have a clue in the just one clue? I'm sure you do. If I do, you definitely do. I mean, you're more of a crossword maker than I am by far, but squares, crossword nexus doesn't want to open. Let's do this. Your clue is a bit of a troll. Interesting. I am having some serious browser problems over here today. What? Sorry, bear with me. I should have like a rotating Calvin and Hobbes situation for moments like this where I awkwardly have to like stop and. Oh, there's some kind of weird Wi-Fi problem in here. Okay, now it seems to be. Okay, sorry, bear with me. Getting sick of hearing myself saying sorry, bear with me, but I feel as if we have no choice but to do that. I know what I'm gonna do. Oh, here we go. All right, squares is moving. If that's moving, that means crossword nexus probably isn't. Honestly, I'd rather use that solver. Try that. I don't know why this took. Well, we had an early game and a late game in the old Sid baseball doubleheader concept. And okay, here we go. Got it on Chrome. Sorry about that. Okay. First things first. Let's look at Sid's instructions. Good morning, LeBron. How are you? I'm losing. I'm not even going to try to keep up with the serial chat in the chat. But what I will do is share. Let me get this. Let's get this ABCX thing. Okay, so all right, that took a minute. There are various alt ways of making a crossword puzzle, as we all know. I mean, the standard one, you got your across, you got your down. Then you could have like a marching band's puzzle or a rose garden puzzle where each letter is in there like clued two ways, but not at 90-degree angles. So Sid has written a puzzle here called Trail Mix. Rather than hog it to myself, why don't I share it with the world? Like that. Okay. Here are the instructions for this puzzle by Sid, edited by the estimable Kim Vu. Answers fit into this grid. Note the grid looks something like this. We've got A through O for the rows, and then we've got these numbered squares, and we've got these dots. What does it all mean? Well, Sid's going to tell us. Answers fit into this grid in two ways, rows and trails. Each row contains two consecutive answers reading left to right. Let's keep an eye on that. Two answers per row, clued in order. Each trail answer begins in the corresponding numbered square and ends in one of the dotted squares, making one or more 90-degree turns along the way. Interesting. Trails will never overlap each other, and no 2x2 block of squares will be filled by a single trail answer. Interesting. So let me pause this narrative. And if we look over to the right, we will see, love using these annotation tools. Like, for example, the highlighter. If we look over here, excuse my attempt at a circle. Oh, wait. All right, nobody cares, but I'm doing it anyway. I love this. I'm so bad at like trying to do anything on Zoom or Twitch, as you may have noticed, but check this out. If I draw a good enough attempt at a circle, boom, check that out. Pretty great. I don't think I've ever used that on the stream before. Okay, trails must make at least one turn. So a straight line is not going to work. And then, as you can see in the bottom, trails can't occupy a 2x2 block, which we just saw in Sid's instructions. Yeah, I mean, thank you. Thank you for those of you for going along with the fiction that I drew that. Oh, I could do more than circles. Check out my kick-ass triangle, even though that was meant to be a rectangle. That's kind of embarrassing. All right, let's try like a full-on quadrilateral situation here. I don't know how far you can take this thing. Like if you do a star, will it work? Let's find out. That was a rousing success. All right. Anyway, all right, guys. I don't know why you're all drawing stuff. We got a puzzle to solve here. We got Sid here. Eliana quoting the song Perfect Circle, wonderful song by REM. Thank you, Eliana, for reminding me of that. Only wish I could play some music in here without a copyright strike, but so far that hasn't started happening. But what has started happening is this sweet puzzle by Sid. We've got all the clues here, but it's going to be hard for me to write the letters into this PDF. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unshare the screen. I'm going to stop the share, before she croons again. I'm going to bump this thing over to Chrome. I'm going to do it like that, y'all. Sid, can I say like a pre-congratulations for this clearly not insignificant like constructing effort. Oh, there's more in the instructions. All right, sorry. I'm gonna go back to that. I mean, I don't know if we have to share the screen again. Let me go back. I left it open because I have to idiot proof things here for obvious reasons. Oh, sorry. Okay, so trails will never overlap each other, and no 2x2 block of squared. Yeah, I interrupted myself. I was so excited about using the highlighter that I went nuts. More nuts. Okay, enumerations for. Okay, so no 2x2 block of squares will be filled by a single trail answer. Enumerations for trail answers are given in parentheses. That makes sense. Each letter will be used once in a row answer and once in a trail answer. I was sort of inferring that earlier, and in fact, that is the deal. Okay, so the meta answer. Let's go back here one more time. Okay, so in case anyone didn't hear my incredible reading from the Torah there, the meta answer to this puzzle is something you can draw, like, I don't know, a circle using a smart pen. Send any, get your postage stamps out, y'all. Send any version of that drawing to trailmix@avxwords by Friday, January 10th, 2025. Sid, because we're all friends here, can you give us a mulligan on the fact that that was like over a year ago? Only Sid can decide that. Okay, so with all those instructions in place, that's all the time we have. We'll solve this puzzle next time. I'll see you guys next time. Just kidding. Here we go. All right. I love the artwork actually on that PDF, but well, yeah, with the help of the chat, I certainly expect to solve them. Okay, so as we learned, every one of these rows, what is this, like 15x? Looks like the letter O. Yeah, we've got 2 clues per row, and then we start winding around and get the, here, let's put the yellow light on. We'll get the, what are we calling these things? Trails. Feel free to solve with me, but please don't get ahead of me. Something to watch with your boss. Oh, I don't know, your language, your tone, I would think. Don't know. Let's look at trail number 1. Could be tone and on cue, just as scheduled. Don't know what direction that thing is going to go. Some other number has to end at the dot in A, because this thing can't do like a 2x2, and that would be 6. The great Patrick Barry, yes, he is incredible. He is one of the absolute OG greats. I have a suggestion, chat. Let's look at the rows, because we know what direction those things go in, and that will, if we get some like gimmies, that will put some letters in place, and then we can try to make some inferences in the numbers, shall we? Unhackable. Sid, are any of the, oh, it would say 2 words if it were 2 words. Okay, unhackable, bulletproof. I don't know. There's a term for this that I don't know. If anyone in the chat knows it, go nuts. Feudal labor system. Well, I mean, the feudal system. I don't think it would be called the serf system. Where you have like lieges and like where they share the farm. They're not sharecroppers exactly. All right, I think we've solved the first 2 rows. Serfdom is a very viable possibility. Let's see if those letters look good. Could trail 2 start with an R? Book. Could be a verb, a noun. Is this an F? Mr. Rogers to his neighbors. Okay, I like it. Stephen Starr, give yourself a point. I think you've got the first right answer here. Book, reserve. Yes, yes. It's not going that way. And honestly, I don't think it's going that way. So this is an E. 3, F. Mr. Rogers is Fred. This has to end on a dot.
So Sid, am I to believe that number 7 is ending all the way, or wait, oh no, M, sorry. Okay, so this corner is clearly coming out of here. So 5 is an M, like, I don't know, Megadeth is 8 letters, Metallica, presumably. Death Magnetic really rings a bell. So I think M is gonna go here. You get it. In fact, let's do it backwards. Metallica. Like that, is that? I think that's what we want there. All right, let's move on. Fred Rogers, FRE blank could be a zigzag. This can't be a straight line. This can only be this. Or no, excuse me, that this can, no, this has to, I'm getting confused. Each of these is in one trail and one row. It can't be this because then, oh no, it could be that because reserve. Steven Dodd, you want to take over? I think you are more on top of this thing than I am. It has to be right, right. Fred. So I'm getting a little confused. So Fred, got it. So Fred, watch the bouncing red ball, won't you? So this is the Fred, and this is the reserve. Or, you know, if you blow your first serve, I guess you reserve. What's 4? Doing numbers, blowing up. I'm not crazy about that because then these 2 squares aren't like getting filled in properly. This, that's fair. Yep, that E could be there or there. That's fair. You know, this is the kind of thing that's easier if you like don't talk through it. I know I make that excuse here a lot, but you know, in a more contemplative kind of armchair mode, if you just kind of relax and look at the grid without like narrating, you know. Sid, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, this reserve could be RVE. You know, I'm with you. You know what? Let's stick to the acrosses. This thing will definitely proceed more smoothly if we put it some letters in like where they have to be. Sat around could be this, it could be this, but what we have, well, you know, let's assume that we're not right on these. These don't have to be right, but what's the second inclusive? Isn't cooking. Wants to be under some. Not seeing it in 2 words or otherwise. What is 8? Land separating the Mediterranean and Red Seas in 5 letters. Is that Egypt? I don't think it's the Sinai. I think it's Egypt. And so this is an E, but I still am not seeing. All right, I keep going back on my don't talk too much and don't, or, you know, let's, the fret, how dare you, Eliana? All right, particle was represented by a wavy line in Richard Feynman diagrams. I don't know. These seem like good letters for a crossword. I have no reason to think that's right. Something it up is yucking it up, clowning around. It certainly feels like that is that. And if so, number 8, if I'm right, well, that G ain't going to be Egypt, and this is not going to be that either. Be the Sinai, but what? All right, why do you guys keep not looking at the acrosses when I keep saying that's what we should do? All right, I am going to Japan in September, but tragically, I don't know the answer to this one. Maybe I'll know it in October. Maybe I won't, but I don't know. All right, F, what is happening, Sid, right now? How have I missed these things all turning yellow? Or is there a theme? Why are these things all lighting up? Did we not see that happen earlier? I guess we did, and I've been too busy like embarrassing myself by not knowing answers to notice that. All right. Okay, so E is, I am gonna say there's a strong chance of like a 5-letter Osaka, Tokyo, Kyoto situation here. Oh, it's a crossword nexus thing. Okay. All right, so if I'm right that E is 5 letters, then the Afghan city, Tora Bora is 8 letters. I don't think Kabul is going to get the job done. Although this could be like an 8-letter. I mean, Okinawa is 7. It's an island. All right, on we go. Hardwired is could be that. It could be that, etc. Dramatic character who says, "Good night, sweet prince." Well, is the sweet prince Romeo? Hamlet? I should really know that. Is it Desdemona? That would leave 6 letters for Japan. Oh no, we're in the wrong. Getting my rows mixed up. Is this Phoebe Bridgers at G? Is G Smarty Pants? Is that a know-it-all? I mean, it could be. It's hyphenated for Smarty Pants. I am embarrassed to say I don't know this. Does 14 start with a W? Let's try to get a few letters in here that we like. We don't know if it's going up or down. 14 is one of 6 in this clue. A vowel. I mean, if it's a specific letter, maybe it doesn't start with a W. One of 6 in this clue. Consonant, not in 4 letters. Word. Oh my God, Steven, stop. Bring a Steven Star when you're solving a puzzle. The pencil tool to type in your, that's a thing. Oh, I never, what is this? Oh, crossword nexus. I never use this. Okay, guesses. That's a good call. All right, I like that. All right, G. Okay, this is something. And this is, well, tricky, confusing puzzles like this are, yeah, for sure. That's a good call, Sid. The Fred and the reserve. Well, okay, yeah, I'll just throw them in there. Just and Fred Rogers kind of obvious, but I'll put that in there too. If our friend Frisco doesn't show up, that's just fine because despite Steven Sta's assistance, I can see this thing taking me like a solid 4 to 5 hours. We'll see what happens. At some point, I must leave because I am seeing a 3 p.m. show in Chicago at beautiful Steppenwolf Theater. Have I yammered about that yet today? No, my buddy just texted me about it, but I didn't actually like get into it yet. And if you're lucky, I won't even. Woo, that was close. I think I like this for woo. Woo, that was close. You'll never believe it, but I want this to be like, get this. Maybe. Well, we do have a WO here for the word word, and yet I don't see it ending in any dots. Get this is shaky. Know it all is as well. Let's keep going. Industrial bigwig could be a this. There's another word that I can't spit out. There's a lot of words for this. All right, less desired domain ender often. I think this is definitely going to be .gov, .net. I really like this. An industrial captain of industry is 7 letters. I don't think that's right. An industrialist, so that's what it is, an industrialist. Don't know. What's this? Manhattanite. Topeka is letters, not crazy about the letters, but when you're not building a regular grid, it's probably easier to use weird letters in a grid like this, or maybe. Sid, was this hard to build? What can you tell us behind the scenes for making this thing? All right, we're in row J. Not remote is, I think you would consider at hand to be 2 words, not hyphenated. Not remote. Don't know. Rubber gasket. Think of that as like a widget. Oh yeah, of course you have a meta in there too. Impressive. Sid, you are in like, of course, Patrick Barry, Cox, Rathbun territory, where they build these amazing metas into their like acrostics or their like variety grids. Okay, you might go off on tangents. Was that 8 letters? How dare you, Sid? How dare you suggest that I would go off on a tangent? Even though I do it here. I think that's all I do. I think the crosswords here are like a vehicle that I use to go off on tangents. What is this? In 5 letters with a hyphen? I mean, you might go off on frolics and detours in law school. It's 22. Start with a useful letter. Let's find out. Wrong one. Steven's gonna spit this out. I gotta think of it before he does it. Wrong one is not that one. Don't know. All right, 20. Wait, let's go back to the rows. L, popular, in style. Don't have it. Wood used in the roof of something. Balsa. Oak. No clue. M, passing remark. I mean, it could be football, it could be school. Holdups of a sort. I mean, there's various definitions of that, and I can't think of anyone that makes a lot of sense in 2 words. Yeah, on we go. This could be that maybe. It helps to smooth things over. An iron. Blushing in the sky. I owe you a reply. Blushing in the sky. How are you? Blushing in the sky is I strong recommend on following, as is our friend Instant User. Blushing is Texas. Is that what you want? Blushing, a bright streamer of New York Times material. I think I primarily see you do like stuff from the games. Desk around the corner from the 19th century that I work on. Proclamations from on high. I don't think it is going to be that. I don't think it's going to be this because I think it's like religious. Could be wrong. Game with odds for odds. I mean, exactly. Blushing. This is rows and trails. If you look to the upper right, you'll see that some of the clues are trails that sort of snake around. They begin with a number and they end at a dot. 27, gradually okay, we're gonna have to start working these things. These are not gonna be impossible, but unlike in a crossword grid where you see like how many letters they are, and there's like, you know, a K in the 4th position, this is, I think, a case where we're gonna have to like work back and forth a little bit. Like for example, the notch was probably, I mean, it's clearly an iPhone. I assume it's an iPhone. Like, so 6, like, is 6 an I, in which case does C start with an I? Idle, we talked about that. So like if I'm right and this is idled, this is probably, well, there's not gonna be a number in this grid. So it's gonna be like the iPhone X, or, I mean, I have a notch, I had an iPhone XR. In fact, I'm looking at it right now because I'm using it as an extra screen to keep an eye on what the stream looks like here. So if I'm right that this is iPhone X, I don't think it's gonna be, it's not the iPhone 5. I actually had the 4S, blah, blah, blah. I think this is probably this. In which case, the trails have enumerations. Thank you, Sid. Well, yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. I mean, the iPhone is the 6th, but then there's a 1-letter thing, and like it's gonna be, I mean, they weren't using a lot of Roman numerals before they got to the iPhone X, which is why mine was the XR was like 10 point something. So if that's an iPhone, then either B or D begins with the letter P. Unhackable is, don't know. D, a particle represented by, I mean, it could be a proton. I'm not, I mean, he was like, I read his book, which was, or one of his books, which is so interesting. Particularly his anecdote about like an uncrackable safe, like at Los Alamos in New Mexico. Right, well, this could be like a proton if this is a P. Does 9 start with an O? Yes, it definitely could, because it could be the oldest sibling, in which case we have a D here. So if we're gonna like snake our way to put a T here, OLDEST, one of these is an S. Does this thing have like a pencil? All right, anyway, well, the S isn't gonna be here unless it's like the word czar. So we want the S to be in the B square. So this is unhackable is secure. Nice. Well, this is clearly vacillate. Go back and forth. Watch your tone with your boss. You know, some of our guesses are starting to look, oh, I like that. Stephen, you're invaluably helpful. I didn't even think about the H. That's definitely a good look, a good call. Well, let's see, does E start with an H? Well, if I can spell, if it were an 8-letter island instead of a 5-letter city, then we might be onto something, but well done. Yeah, that photon is gonna work there. You know, if you were doing, the S won't be in that square because it has a 1 in it. So that's a different trail. All right, I'm gonna pause for like 6 minutes and read this and think about it carefully so I can actually understand it. The S won't be in that square because it has a 1 in it. Oh, of course. There you go. Very, very good. I got it. Don't cross the streams, as I said in Ghostbusters. Got it. Okay. So oldest really is like a full-on zigzag. Momo, good morning / evening, wherever you are. The light is yellow because that means you can solve along with me. If it's anything we've talked about or looked at, feel free to jump in. What you need to know about this is that there are 2 across clues per row, and that the numbered clues are trails that wend their way toward a dot without ever being in a 2x2 area and never being in a straight line. Momo, I believe you. Let's see. You know what was crazy? I played tennis the other night. There's a Japanese woman on my tennis team who is like, she clearly came here as an adult. I mean, she has a strong Japanese accent. So we're playing against this other team, USTA tennis, and you're always playing against different teams and meeting new opponents. Oh yeah, please don't spoil the meta. Let's say the meta is red and the rest of it is yellow, because I definitely want to participate in the solving of the meta. There needs to be like a thing in here, like I need to alter the language of the yellow thing to say like, please feel free to solve individual clues with Ben, but please don't give away any, broader theme, meta, whatever. But anyway, everybody here is always so polite. Nobody ever really does that anyway. So one of the white, there's like a white guy on the other team who actually played college tennis with a guy that I know, and we're chatting about that and how elite his college tennis team is down in D3 and whatever. Anyway, and I mentioned, yeah, I'm going to Japan. And this lady on my team, she's like, yeah, I'll give you some advice about your travel. And the guy's like, the guy goes, I mean, this guy's not only white, he is like full on Danish, like, Minnesota Viking type, blonde haired, blue eyed guy. He goes, I speak Japanese. And I'm like, really? And yeah, and he turns to the Japanese lady on my team and he fluently starts going. He's like, yeah, my wife's Japanese. I lived there for 4 years. And so the 2 of them, they were off and running in Japanese. And do I even need to say I had no clue what they were talking about? I was waiting for the sushi part, but never happened. All right, so idle that looks right and then isn't cooking. Is this like an adjective type situation? I just don't see what you're going for. Somebody in the chat probably will, though. All right. D starts with photon and then yucking it up. I like, and I mean, Y is the last letter of one of these words is okay. I'm not wild about the letter K here and here. I guess it could be RK something. It's not going to be goofing it up. Let's look at a few more acrosses. We're starting to make a dent up here. Actually, if I would shut up and like stare at this thing for a minute, it might get a little easier. Well, the Japanese city, I just feel like it's 5 letters. So the Afghan city, I mean, Tora Bora is not bad letters. Is it actually a city? The yucking it up one is here. It's the second one. Blushing in the sky. Every row has 2 answers. So that is this. Tora Bora is a wild swing. What does 10 start with? A certain luxury watch. Informally. Well, what has a nickname? A Rolex. I mean, a Patek Philippe in 6 letters. We saw Omega as by a weird coincidence. Wasn't there like a thing about Omega being like the last? Oh, well, this is Sid. Sid, are you like getting paid to like shill for Omega watches in your puzzles? A Rolly, would you call a Rolex a Rolly? Well, there's an L there. And there's an L there, and all of a sudden I'm wondering if, I mean, we're not breaking any like snake or trail rules. There's no 2x2s. This could be right. I don't know if I love it. Does H, well, get this could actually be right if we put it there. 18, does it start with S? Stet, let's keep it. Well, this thing has to end in a dot, and this E ends a different word in a dot, so therefore this has to be TE. See what I did, Steven Starr? I did what you do. I used logic. If I probably did it wrong, but I tried to use logic. All right, so J seems to have a second one that ends in TE, not remote. Good night, sweet prince. I want, Horatio was the prince when he died. Yes, I was thinking like Romeo, but of course it's not like the, it is the east and Juliet is the sun. No. See you soon, my dear, blah, blah speech. Yes, of course, Horatio. Well done. Hamlet. Well, I said Hamlet, but I said Desdemona. Or was it Desdemona who said that? I mean, I can quote you chapter and verse of Hamlet, Act 1, Scene 2. I mean, you got your Laertes. You got your his dad Polonius telling him neither a borrower nor a lender be. You got the father also saying to thine own self be true. But then there's the other 95% of that play that gets a little thin for me. What were we talking about? Stet here. And then the at hand. I mean, I don't like on site here particularly for not remote. Could be right, actually. Not sure. Let's move on. Rubber gasket. How about an O-ring? I was thinking 5 letters for this because I was thinking this for this. Yeah, on site. Steven Starr. We can always erase. I was thinking, yeah, on site as an adjective with a hyphen, that's legit. So we have got ourselves a ton of letters here. Now on paper, I would like draw these. Exactly, Momo. You know me. I usually do like 9 crosswords every half hour because I never go on a tangent. And they're 3x3, the only kind I can do fast. If this were on paper, or even it'd probably be too hard, but you know what, we could, this would be insane. But you know what? It's so crazy, it just might work. Let's see if we can't do a little. Bear with me. I can always erase this if it doesn't work, but let's try this. How thick of a line do we want? Oh, wait, that's that we're on this. We're still on the Smart Pen. Let's go back to the regular pen. This might help. It might not, but it's worth a try. The regular pen. Does anyone like the color yellow for this? Should we do this? I'm indifferent. The yellow seems to fit in, or maybe red. I don't even know if it matters, but let's see if we can't make this slightly easier by drawing in some of these trails. Like for example, this thing I think we decided this clearly was like a zigzag type deal. Like, so for example, this oldest goes like this. I'll try not to draw over the letters. So for example, that tells us that on cue. Okay, so like one across, the problem is that I can't be in both the browser and the like annotator at the same time. Like this C has to be in this word because we can't dead end there, and because it doesn't have a dot. So like on cue. Oh, maybe if I try to keep it not overly like big, it won't like get in the way too much. Did we decide which of these E's is in Fred? Oh, well, we have Metallica here, Sid's favorite band. So let's go like, wow. That was by hand, y'all. That was not with like horizontal assisting. That is the only good line I've ever drawn in this thing. Need to do down with on cue. Oh my God, look at you. Trails can't, I just broke every rule. Well, you guys know me. I'm the bad boy of crosswords. So, I mean, that shouldn't come as a huge surprise, but well done. Very good. That is
Let's draw a few trails, then we'll go back to the solving. Well done, whoever said that. Sid, Stephen, maybe wait in the trails. That's probably a good idea. Everybody here, thank God we have some adults in the room, because you know me, I love my crayons. Okay, I agree. Let's go back, get some more letters in here. As you've seen, I'm not exactly doing a great job with the trails. Get some more letters. We haven't even looked at the bottom, like third or quarter of this grid. Popular in style. Oh, wait, Stephen, somebody had an answer. 20 toweling. What was the clue? Manually drying. How dare you? We haven't talked about that one yet. Stephen Starr, I'll give you a mulligan on that. You're invaluably helpful, but yeah, I agree with that. Okay, manually drying. I don't even know where number 20 is. Oh, right here somewhere. So that would make this a W, apparently. If O-ring is right, I mean, this is totally unproven. Although I like the ing ending a word at this dot. So if this is toweling, industrial bigwig is I wanted this to be like a baron or don't say it. I want to try to solve this one. I like toweling here, but something ain't working here. O-ring absolutely could be wrong. This is K. Why doesn't K light up when I'm on K? That's weird. Oh, you can click on these things and make them disappear? Oh, sure. Okay, anyway, let's move on. M, we haven't seen this yet. Passing remark. Pass. I'm good at puzzles. Hold up of a sort. Oh, a wild Frisco has entered the chat. Leon Bridges, blushing. Thank you. Blushing, is that like, are you a music fan? Is that part of your like Texas heritage? Frisco, well, I already sang your praises and you're incredible. Just one clue. I'll tell you what, how long have we been streaming? An hour. Okay, if we can bang out this puzzle, Jeff Bridges. Well, he's probably played a soul man. Yes, Frisco, man, Frisco, this guy's everywhere. This guy's a student, a puzzle writer, an attendee, a crossing state lines attendee at the Big Crossword Tournament. Frisco does it all. I love that. I gotta get current. I mean, my music knowledge ends at the Andrews Sisters, but you kids seem to be listening to all kinds of great music. Holdups of a sort, no clue. Gender queer pronoun pair, still don't know that. Oh, we've seen all the clues. How embarrassing. Nothing in the bottom 4 rows. Thank God I've got people in this chat who are way better than me at puzzles. All right, let's use some letters, y'all. Nora, Sharp, what is happening? Yeah, geese. I know they're out there. Now, I mean, I saw a concert with Fleet Foxes and geese, and things got ugly real quick. All right, back to the pencil. All right, 17 biblical plot is clearly the Garden of Eden. And since, I mean, .net basically has to be right. Let's put an E there. We can remember later that it's an E. Everybody remembers this puzzle from, oh, this is only from 2025. I'm mixing it up with Sid's older one. Oh, Stephen Starr, that's a good hint. I think that, yeah, are we talking about garters? Holdups, was that 7 letters? It would be nice to be able to roll the clues up and down, but yeah, when I'm in the yellow pencil pen, blah, blah. Holdups of a sort, is it leg? Garters? Don't know. I'm not going to try to follow all the stuff in the chat. Sid says I have 18 already, which is, well, we have Stet. Oh, are we talking about using the pencil or the pen for that? Sure, that I can do. Even I can do that. So this is, oh yeah, we know that that's not that dot. Got it. Okay, so, well, this E has to come from the I because the N has its own dot. This is the kind of AP puzzle level thinking that we need. Look, I drew a short line. All right, Stephen, you finish this. I'm taking a nap.
I'm taking the rest of the day off. All right, so something ends in this N, and it doesn't end with a TN, so it probably, unless it's the word Utah, as in somebody from Utah going this way, I think it's coming from here. Problem is, I don't have enough like trail answers. 22 here, wrong one. Could be like guess again. We didn't look at all of these. Get out of town. I apostrophe. What is this? I'll. I've. I don't think it's like a well, I'll be situation. All right, I'm going to go back and let the chat help me because Frisco Road is absolute monster. It's like a 97X crossword, and Frisco and I had made a tentative plan to like take a look at this thing today. Yes, absolutely. Horatio, well done. So that is here. We have the O. Yep. Horatio. Wasn't that like, oh no, was Laertes Hamlet's bestie? I'm like, I read that thing in college and it's embarrassing how much I don't remember it. I think Scar was like Uncle Polonius. So it's all a mess to me. All right. So Momo says 13 is at it. Actively beefing at it. I like that. 13 is here. So going down here looks good. It can't be anything other than that because there are so many dots here. So I'll try to not I'll try to not slow down too much with this pen, but like that seems to make sense. Laertes tried to kill Hamlet. Well, you know, sometimes even besties are at it. Frisco have to head off at 2-ish, which is yikes, 1-ish my time to go perform. Well, Frisco, I have to be not only at a show in Chicago at 3 p.m., my office being about 20 plus miles north of there. I need to get myself there. What show am I seeing? I don't want to turn off the camera because I'm going to kill the screen share and these invaluably helpful little worms that I've driven on the screen, drawn on the screen. Does anybody watch the show Ted Lasso? Does anybody know the sidekick coach, Coach Beard, or know what he looks like? Well, in real life, Coach Beard is a wonderful improv and sketch actor and writer named Brendan Hunt, whom I have known since I was just a young improv kid around Chicago. Brendan was doing bits here back then. He is a full-on old school name drop. Oop, LeBron, see what you made me say. Brendan is a real Chicagoan. Like he grew up like walking distance from Wrigley Field. I knew him as he rose through well, yeah, of course. Well, LeBron, he's not merely like great on that show. He is like a full-on writer producer. I mean, Sudeikis and Brendan Hunt and Joe Kelly and Bill Lawrence and one or two others are really like the forces behind that show. But I mean, he's known to, well done, Frisco. He's known to people as Coach Beard. Well, I know Brendan as a guy who like went to Boom Chicago, the wonderful comedy theater in Amsterdam, and he wrote a show about that when he was done there called 5 Years in Amsterdam. And he brought it to the Aspen Comedy Festival. And I saw it up there in like 2000, I want to say 6 or 7, maybe. Anyway, Brendan has written another one-man show, this one about like his relationship with his mom, and the Beatles figure in there some. And what's more, and it's called The Movement You Need, I believe, which of course is a lyric from Hey Jude. So that show is running here in Chicago. I have all kinds of mutual friends with Brendan in comedy circles. I texted a buddy of mine who I sat next to Brendan at my friend's wedding. I mean, I guess this counts as a name drop. Some of my name drops are not name drops, for the record. When I say I saw Heidi Klum in a restaurant, I don't pretend to be her friend. I just went to some restaurant and there she was. But in this case, yeah. So I mean, but it's not like, oh, I just met Brendan and blah, blah. Like I've known this guy since before I knew nearly anyone else here. I mean, this is like, I've known the guy for over 20 years. Anyway, I'm thrilled for Brendan's success. He really is a great guy, just an absolute sweetheart. Just the nicest guy in the world, super talented. I could not be happier for him or Joe Kelly that these guys caught lightning in a bottle and made this show that just became this worldwide smash. And I could say more about it that I won't. But anyway, really like these dudes. And I'm glad that Brendan is back home running his show and I can't wait to see it. And what's more, since you asked, no one asked,
is that I'm getting dinner and doing karaoke tonight with a bunch of friends, and that like the time, this like 3 p.m. show fit in perfectly. Well, explaining how the timing was so good cost us all the time we have. Frisco, sorry you have to leave. Oh, wait, we have a few more minutes. If I would just shut up and solve. Oh my God, Frisco. Yeah, well, I mean, Frisco, I would be happy to, but I mean, I'm not exactly friends with, Brad Pitt and Meryl Streep. My friends tend to be more like great improv people who are either like, pre-fame, like Brendan was until Ted Lasso, blah, blah, I get it. Blushing, what song won't I sing tonight, my friend? What do I actually like to sing? I actually have like in my iPhone notes, like a bunch of like the karaoke classics. As long as I'm taking a half an hour apparently in this puzzle. Oh my God. There are many. I've got like 50 of them here. Jesus. Um, from the schmaltzy shticky, such as Beauty School Dropout from Greece, to the like alt classics of my youth, like The Breeders' Cannonball, or like the 60s classic, like, 60s classics like She's Not There by the Zombies, or No Matter What by Badfinger, a 2 minutes flat gem by the Beatles, And Your Bird Can Sing, Revolver, I believe. Interstate Love Song from STP, always a crowd favorite. Blushing, I am twice as old as the average age of the person in the chat, I would say is a fair estimation. I am 93, although I should point out, born very late in the day. I mean, God, there are so many. Jesus, I mean, I've got literally hours worth of fun karaoke songs. And by saving this thing permanently in my iPhone notes, I spared myself the angst and the low grade panic of it being your turn in karaoke and not knowing what song you're gonna sing. Well, now I got my songs. The problem is it's not a problem. I did karaoke with these same friends like a couple months ago. I don't think anyone's gonna remember what I sang. And when I use the word sang, I am really broadening the definition of the word sang. Anyway, I mean, not all of us are, Frisco's. Frisco, I'm not trying to like dox you, but you clearly have some sort of musical talent that I can only like dream of. Maybe it's instrumental. I don't even know. Okay, chat, have you all solved this while I like low-key boasted about how proud I am of Brendan Hunt? Does anybody have any answers that we've talked about? I mean, this yellow light might be turning green soon because Frisco is the star of today's show, only we started this Sid's grid before Frisco rolled in here. Okay, where were we? Hardwired, is this innate? Oh yeah, we've got all these letters here. We need to figure out some of these trails. Oh, Kandahar, I love that. I saw that. I was too busy. Well, blushing, I just wasn't confident about O-ring. Honestly, I don't see what else it's going to be with a hyphen word. Yeah, I absolutely like Kandahar. That looks like it goes here. I remember it was like horizontal. And I like K for the last letter of a word. I just could not come up with. I mean, it was such a correct move to invade Afghanistan by both Russia and the US that I didn't even pay attention to the names of the cities. I just took a bomb them all philosophy and let God sort them out. Isn't that what this country does now? Okay, anyway, all right. I hope you enjoyed my political speech. Stephen, I don't personally, but I did attend my beautiful niece's bat mitzvah last night. Yesterday morning, she killed it. She was so good on the Torah, the chanting, and the Hebrew. I mean, I'm not just saying that. Everybody was saying it. I was so proud of that kid. She only started going to Hebrew school 2 years ago. She decided she wanted to have a bat mitzvah. Her mom is not Jewish, so it was sort of like their family is kind of light, religious light. Our family is not super religious, but wow. She made up for lost time. And the sweetest, nicest, just kindest kid in the world. Really, really a big fan of my beautiful niece, Evie. I hope someday to be half as good of a person as she already is. And so they had just a big, terrific party last night. Tons of family and friends. It really was great. And major props to Evie Bass. She did so beautifully. It really was nice. Nice for everybody. My parents, who only have 2 grandchildren, had their first, grandchild bar or bat mitzvah situation. And the rabbi told my little nephew, who is 11, 2 years younger, he said,
Micah, you're on deck. You're in the on deck circle, which I thought was pretty cute. All right, so this is Tokyo. Cannot wait to get there on September 12th-ish. Anybody wants to rob my house? That's when I won't be there for a few weeks. Go for it. Frisco, what was it like? Extreme stress? That is insane. Yikes. I hope you didn't bleed on the Torah. Okay, anyway, let's go back. Let's go back. Man, if I see, when I start solving the puzzle, I take 90 seconds per clue. That is not great. F, hardwired. I want this to be like innate. Does anybody have any of these trails? We've got these letters. Occasion to light. Is that why somebody was talking about Hanukkah? You were politely trying to tell me to get back to the solving and like shut up and keep this thing moving. I love that. All right, so this K is not there. This trail is gonna go here. And if this is Hanukkah, then this is, of course, yucking it up. Well done. Who said Hanukkah? Whoever said it, give yourself a point. You killed it. So this is a Y, and this trail goes like this. We can't even see it going through here, kind of. There's no contrast, whatever, you get it. Okay, so Kandahar X Hanukkah. Wow, we're crossing religious lines. 15, honky tonk. I love that. So if this is an H, then the H clue, ooh, that was close, was don't know. Kandahar, well, I mean, that's fair, but I mean, I think most of the people in Kandahar tend to be, you know, Muslim and or other things that are not Jewish. I'm going to go on a limb and say that, you know, we're talking about like a multi-faith situation. Wait, what is this? We haven't seen this yet. Fictional narrative genre featuring, my God, I'm not even going to try to sit here and think of what the hell that is. I'm sure people in the chat already know it. 15, honky tonk. What? All right, I haven't seen, all right, this is full on green. Frisco, do you seriously have 45 minutes left? Your puzzle is so freaking huge. I mean, Sid's puzzle is brilliant, but, you know, I didn't realize it was going to be a, you know, on borrowed time situation. I agree that 15 is honky tonk. However, all right, H starts with, I want it to be, oh man, but it's one word. Could be this conceivably, if you type it like that. One of these trails end in an X. Percussive bit of jewelry. Oh my God, I've seen this in an actual crossword at number 11. So I guess you can turn these clues on and off with the black text. But this one over here is like, I remember that being like a crossword answer at the lower right of some grid. But does anybody trail 6? What are we talking about? Oh, is this the iPhone? No, we already. Oh, iPhone X. Well done, Sid. Sid, how did you figure out any answers in this puzzle? Yeah, isn't that like an anklet that has like little chiming bells? And that's I'm probably getting this wrong. Percussive bit of jewelry. Or maybe, oh, it could be like a handheld, like a sort of like a metal castanet type deal. I'm clearly oh yeah, that would be percussive. Okay. Innate looking strong. I like that. All right. Well, yeah, let's just try to cram some letters into this thing and then get the trails, and then we'll work on Sid's meta. And then like Frisco, am I right that you have, oh, anklet, of course. That looks like, all right, the percussive thing is 11. So we're going to go A. Wow, look, there's K's. There's 2 K's available for our K related needs. There's no L there. So this is going to be a zigzag situation right here. Okay, this has to be an L. There could be an E down there. However, this is a T right here. Maybe that will help. With I, industrial big wig. Let's try this. I don't know why I thought there was a W there before. Oh, maybe it's because I barely know what I'm doing here. Anybody have any trails up here? I think you guys solving and me like shakily drawing the trails is probably the level I'm working at here. So this across is row C. Isn't cooking.
I have utterly no idea what is going on there, but maybe we can draw another trail or two. 14 starts with a W. One of 6 in this clue word. We had that earlier. Very good. Now we didn't know where they were. Like that. Now we got to get these letters into something. I don't see a lot of numbers around here, so maybe we've got some long ones. 10. The Rolex is, well, we can't do a 2 by 2. So the Rolex is clearly a Roly. Orders in. Oh my God, Frisco. It's almost as if you want me to get to your puzzle. Well done, my boy. All right, orders in. I love that. I mean, I couldn't even find the word break. I didn't know if it was an adjective. Beautifully done. Oh, we're getting rated. I love the generosity. Skylarka, thanks for delivering your awesome chat box. We are solving a puzzle by wow. Yeah, we are solving a puzzle where instead of a crossword, we've got rows and then trails that are snaking their way around the grid. And we're trying to hit the gas a little bit because our friend Frisco's in the chat. I booked Frisco and then I drove by Sid, and we got 2 of America's great crossword makers here. So thank you for the raid, Skylarka. How was your stream? What did you stream? I know you're a crossword streamer. I don't understand what Dumpy works in Wordle raid. Is that some sort of like a cryptic clue? Somebody can explain it in the chat. I have no clue what that means. Steven Sta, 2 words, or C ordering to match tense, order in. Got it. Okay. I think I'm caught up to that. Yeah, let's do the top half trails. I agree. Okay. I've rolled up the clue. I can't even move the clues up and down when I'm in the pen, but let's go back here. Let's see. Do I have the pen on? I do. That. Okay. Number 2, we had reserve earlier. I don't want to draw through the letters, make it hard to read because we might need these letters to solve the meta because, you know, Sid tends to get up to his tricks. All right, 3 is Fred Rogers. That can only be R-E-D. You can't see it, but trust me, it's there. Let's do black. Any Pittsburgh Steelers fans here? No, we can always see the trails even if they're on the yellow. Like that. Nobody needed me to do that. Let's keep this thing moving. We have Metallica, aquatic picks. How have we not even seen this yet? 7, Nemo. I'm going to say Nemo's got a 4-to-1 odds over Dory, but actually, who knows? Number 7, and I'm wrong. Let's do that. I assume that Y is where we want to be. Number 8, land separating, blah, blah, blah. We had Sinai. That DO in number 4 has to go to the right. So I think we got to get over. Do in is apparently a thing. Look at my do better. We can be better. My favorite first lady ever had some sort of initiative about be better. I didn't say that. Please, let's not even. Okay, so 4 is, wait, do in numbers? What is this? Oh, doing numbers. I thought it was 4 letters for some reason. Doing numbers. I think I said doing numbers earlier. Yes. Wow. And when I look at the in Wordle, Sky guessed dumpy and it was accepted as legal. So a nice dumpy is okay. Dumpy. Oh my God. Oh, so I thought dumpy works in Wordle raid was the phrase. You're just saying dumpy works in Wordle and then it's that type of raid. Got it. Okay. Well, nice job with the Wordle. I hope you got there, so to speak. And you know what? Sid and I, all right, another name drop. Sid and I were co-officials at the American Crossword Puzzle 2 weeks ago with Wordle Czarina, Tracy Bennett. How about that? That was pretty great. Love Tracy. And her sisters were there too. They're great. I'm a fan. All right, we did Sinai, like the sibling, blah, blah. We know that's oldest. Did we draw that in yet? Where is number? The numbers go from top down. They do. That's convenient. So oldest, wait, we drew that in. 10, we got the Roly, Sid's favorite watch. 12, okay, we got Hanukkah. Did we draw it in? We did. Actively beefing is at it. We got that. 1 of 6 words in this clue. Did we draw in 14? No. That is happening, y'all. Oh, no, we did it. All right, 15. We have, oh, this is a total luxury of all these letters. We got to get some
trails going up here. Honky Tonk and Tokyo together at last. I mean, I only eat sushi and honky tonks, but that's me. All right, on we go. This is Departed for what went to. Wait, we haven't even gone to, apparently. Oops. Let's do it like this. Sid, me. I'm not going to redraw it. There's not enough time. Frisco, do you only have 38 minutes left? This is a killer. I had the whole morning set aside for you, Frisco. Then I brought a couple of big boxes of like bat mitzvah stuff to my brother's house. Things got whatever complicated last night. Went over there this morning. He's got a house full of relatives in from around the country. So I started hanging with Uncle Brendan and Aunt Lisa and, you know, all the stuff. And next thing I knew, I came to the office like later than I meant to. Got a late start. Okay. Frisco said it's okay. Yeah. You know, Frisco, there's not a chance in hell that I will get a third of the way into your puzzle, especially because you know me. Sometimes I stop and I talk for 40 minutes between the first clue I do and the second clue I do. So, you know, we'll set it aside, Frisco. I think that's the move. Yes, gracious as ever. Frisco, maybe I'm beginning to understand why everybody at the crossword tournament loves you, because you are not only a talented and funny, but a like kind-hearted and considerate man. Where were we? Wrong one at 22. No, it's not no can do. No. Don't tell me, chat. The green light's on, but I want to solve this one. No, not that. Oh, that's great stuff. Sid, well done. I was never going to see that without like 100% or many of the letters, but look at Sid with the fancy zigzag. That didn't happen. I didn't draw over that line. No, not. Wow. Take a bow, Sid. Eliana, appreciate you being here. You know, Eliana, one of my absolute ride or die all-star chatters. Eliana, it's never the same without you. Love seeing you. Eliana, also a veteran of our Only Connect. Very eventual next game, slow, blah, blah. We'll get it going again this summer or in the next couple months. I agree. Look at this grid. My God. Sid, did you throw some spaghetti at the wall and then like draw letters around it? I mean, this is unbelievable. Really, really cool. Wait, did we draw in the iPhone X? No. We can do that now, though. Literally, I got an iPhone XR sitting here on a charger showing me what the stream looks like. So like when I forget to screen share. Eliana, have a great rest of the weekend. Oh my God. Even as one Katie Grog fan, just as I am, leaves, another one enters. What is up, Strawberry? Strawberry Styles, I had strawberry topping on my chocolate ice cream last night at my niece's bat mitzvah. And I was like, hey, I wonder how Strawberry Styles is doing these days. On we go. How are you doing, Strawberry Styles? Don't leave us hanging. Strawberry, this is a rows and trails grid, or a trail mix, as you can see at the top here. Sid made this grid that has across clues, and then it has these like snaky trails moving around the grid. Oh, let's see, we need number 19, 20, 21. All right, we got some letters to fill in up there. So clearly something ends in like E-L-I-T, right? We need a number 19, fictional narrative genre featuring achievement systems, inventory management, characters leveling up, etc. Game lit? Oh, literature, a narrative. Oh, got it. Okay, so this is got it. So this is like, this is not just a Pokemon. This is like a Pokemon origin story in like a, you know, Walt Whitman-y style or whatever. You get it. Everybody but me here knows what Gamelit is and don't need me to explain it. Rufus gave me 19. Oh, all right. Well, I'm glad we agree, Rufus. Sorry, I didn't catch that. I mean, it was a lot easier for me because I had the letters, or maybe you used them too. Rufus, are you like a Gamelit author hiding in plain sight? I don't know. We get so many smart people in here, you know, anything's possible. All right, we got to get these letters filled in. 15, 16. All right, so I suspect Well, no, there's a dot here. All right, so these like 22 is probably swinging around. Wrong. Well, no, we did that. Are there any numbers up here that we haven't used? We did game. All right. What that E has to, all right. Maybe if I looked at the actual clue, it'd be easier. Manually drawing, somebody said toweling. And I like that. And this has to be a W. So L, what was the clue for L? Who can remember? Let's do 20. No, let's do J because we got to figure out what starts with W. No, let's do L. Jesus, I'm not smart enough for this thing. Popular. Well liked would be 9. So the wood would be like teak. Teak is a construction wood. I completely whiffed when I tried to get the answers in these bottom 4 rows. You know, I'm glad we're not going on to Frisco because this thing is not uncomplicated. 24 is get out of town. All right, let's use these. All right, let's use these. Went across the pond, maybe. I want sailed in that spot. So, and there's a dot. Where can there even be a dot? It's not going to be 2 by 2. So this sailed kind of has to go. This would be a 7-letter word to this dot. So this kind of has to go here. So there's an E either here or here. I like a word ending in D-E-D at end. It helps to smooth things over. How about a Sandor here? Maybe Sandor Clegane. Game of Thrones, anyone? Well, Sid, come on. I mean, with the trails and the me being dumb, I mean, that is a rough combo. All right, wood used in the roof. Well, this could be balsa, in which case popular could be an 8-letter thing. Again, I want this to be W, and if it's popular, I want that. Are these letters any good? 20 is a snake that is manually drying, toweling. There we go. That is, the well is what we want. Do this. Even with Frisco gone, I'm not going to waste everyone's time by using that like smart pen tool to draw perfectly straight lines. Oops. Right. That black line isn't there. I think you all know that. Okay, so now we have to, oh, this is like rope. I mean, we got to get 21 involved, and the I is, okay, so this is clearly rope. This can only be rope. What's the clue for 21? Something to skip or jump. Well, I haven't seen that yet, but thank you all for generously waiting for me to get there. All right, so this is a K. All right, so I mean, these things are going to kind of answer themselves. We need, oh, this is the musical instrument, right? Where is a number to start? I'm confused. Having, you know, not drawing these trails in would make this completely impossible. I want this to, oh no, these don't go to, I was thinking like a katana that's like a sword, but not takana. Is that the musical instrument thing? Katakana. We need a K and a number. I think katakana sounds like vaguely familiar, but if it's ending here, oh, it's down here. Oh, it's down here, right? Is that what we're doing here? I think if katakana is right, then we have to do this. I see the chat box moving. Catch up to you. Katakana is writing Japan. One of the, oh, so is Kenji the other Japanese? I'm going to learn, you know, I'm going to Japan for 2 weeks. That should be more than enough time to learn how to speak Japanese. When I come back, we are doing crosswords only in Japanese for November and December. Or no, for Q4. Coming back like, I'll be back by the end. Like I'm going, no one cares. I'm going to Japan for 16 or 17 days. Then I'm going to China for like 4 or 5 days. See a little pro tennis in Beijing, the China Open, WTA 1000, ATP 500. Will be my 5th continent seeing pro tennis. I am so fortunate and cannot wait. Should be really great. And then come back here and roll up my sleeves, and work will be busy for the next 6 or 8 weeks after that. Kanji, the pictogram. Okay, got it. Oh my God, look at all the expertise and smarts in the chat. Jesus.
I mean, I do not deserve all the smarty pantses who are in here. I mean, I'll take it, but I mean, it's crazy how smart everybody is here. Well, something, and then the 5, right? L has to be 8. If, well, we don't know if this is balsa wood. Nobody uses paper money. Okay. Yeah, you know, it's funny. I like the next, like, it's ridiculous that I'm streaming now, although honestly, I meant to, like, I wanted to. What was it, Tuesday or Wednesday night? I'm just trying to, you can't tell from where you sit, but my foot is off the gas. And if I hadn't gotten ahead on work by really busting this whole week, I wouldn't be streaming right now. But I'm like just kind of grabbing like an hour or two here or there to try to not, I don't want it to be the case that I haven't streamed in 17 days. I want to try to keep this thing rolling, but it's getting harder for me to do it. After I get past the busy season, we start getting into June, July, then I will really focus for the first time on Japan and China. Until then, I will look to the chat box to help me with these, like Alipay or WeChat. Like that is invaluable advice. I just haven't like gotten there yet. Well, if y'all keep flattering me by showing up in the chat box, you can give me all the good advices, as REM would say. When I get going there. Passing remark, don't know. Holdups of a sort, don't know. I think this might be an S. And if so, what trail is it in? I don't know. My take in at 31 is I'd say. I don't know where the rest of the letters are, of course. But this might be a D. What's O? Proclamations from on high. Dick. Tots. Is that a thing? Is this a noun? I don't know. And what's more, where is this going? This O, this letter has to end on this. I'm 95% sure. Dicta could be good. Oh yeah, from on high, like a, yeah, like obiter dicta, like a court, like side commentary in a judicial decision. I'm so glad that the undergrad here didn't come up with dicta. The guy who went to law school did. Oh wait, that's not what happened. All right, so we have a trail 31. So this is, I'd say this trail has to end here, and this has to be an A because otherwise this M letter would not be in a trail. So M, passing remark is it simply this? So is this 12 letters? M, holdups of a sort? Stick up jobs is not going to be right. He would have up in both. Bank robbery, something like that. 29 hectare. Ooh, I like that. 10,000 square meters. Yeah, we are on full green light. So this is HE. We've got the CTA hectare. We don't know where the R is, but this is an E. Whoever is Steven Sta, I love you taking the lead. She, they, Frisco, and you as well. She, they for N. Yep. I was thinking she, they, but then I thought like, should we go, you know, one gender to two gender, but obviously she, they is a thing. He, they is also a thing. Okay, we don't know what the stick-up jobs are, but the good news is we now know the shape of the hectare. Not every hectare is in the shape of a square, y'all. In fact, it's wrong. This is 29. Oh my God, I accidentally drew a perfect horizontal line. I'm just going to leave there for everyone to enjoy that for all of eternity rather than try to press my luck. Does anybody here know how many square feet are, or how many feet are in a mile? Is it 43,560? Am I imagining it? Did anyone else here take the bar exam or knowing that actually helped? Yeah, I mean, I just hurt my arm padding my, oh wait, 5,280 feet in a mile. No, 43,560 square feet in an acre. That's, yeah. Well, you know, you can spell acre with letters from hectare, so there's that. A rod, is that 16 feet? Rods and chains. There are all these weird antiquated, oh, you know what? It might not have been the bar exam. It might have been like to get my like broker, like real estate broker's license. Dicta, and then you see why these puzzles never get solved? Because Sid won't stop talking about obscure units of measurement. Sid, focus, please focus. All right, game with odds. For odds, I could not come up with this. Yeah, odd numbers, Sid, well done. All right, we're almost there, y'all, and then we'll work on the meta. How long have we been streaming for? God, I have not shut up. An hour 42. All right, I'm gonna get to my play on time. Is it a play? It's a one-man show. You guys can decide that for yourselves. Well,
I want this to be well liked, but I don't see a 4-letter wood here. Rods and chains, y'all.
You know me, I'm like 2 Chainz. I wear 2 Chainz. I take them off when I turn on the camera because, well, oh, teak. I like teak as well. Why did I leave an A there? That clearly doesn't need to be there. Well liked teak. Look at you, Sid, throwing 2Ks into one row like some kind of a crossword making star, which you are. All right, so this ends in SIN. This is like, sets in or walks in or whatever. Need to draw a, yes. I was picturing it when I put those letters in. Bouncing back and forth between the pen and the typing is really taxing my, oh my God, look at that horizontal line, y'all. It's a theme. Well, let's not look at the end of that one, but 2Ks in row D. Sid, wow. Do I even need to draw everyone's attention to Sid's skill? Oh my God, my hand slipped. Don't even worry, y'all. All right, let's park this. Let's land this plane. 26 is Singer behind the 2024 hit Nasty. I wanted Janet Jackson there. Clearly not right. We are starting here. Is it Tony in 12 letters? No. In 7 letters. Is it Tony Collette of Filmdom's The Sixth Sense? No. Everybody here probably knows that. Oh my God, Strawberry, look at you. Look at you knowing the stuff I don't. Which is to say, like, being, what always happens here. 27 is gradually managed. Well, that one I saw earlier. I saw part of that. That one is perfectly clear. That's like eases in, right? Don't we have like, or no, edges in? We'll do like that. This is getting easier and easier. Without Steven Stott, I'd still have like virtually nothing filled into this clip. I'm not even going to talk about the like aggressive oh, check out that horizontal line, y'all. Beautiful. Oh my God, my hand slipped again. All right, anyway, yeah, it was ridiculous. I was leaving my niece's bat mitzvah. They stacked them like planes at the airport. There was a 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and 1 p.m. So my dad and my brother and I, we were all there early for photos. So our cars are all in a line. And this aggro, oh my God, thank you. Oh, I had to delete the horizontal line. This idiot and like this gigantic Escalade, like backs practically into my dad in front of me, backs practically into me. Like, had he waited like 20 seconds, he could have glided that aircraft carrier into the world's longest parking space. But no, anyway, all right, not worth wasting even more time on. Sid, will you quit talking about the guy doing the parallel parking? We have a puzzle to solve. All right, what did I screw up with? Edges in. Oh, it's that. Got it. I didn't notice the other end. There we go. Okay, edges. Look at this horizontal line, y'all. Look at that vertical line, y'all. Fire with the, oh my God, alert the press. I'm finally getting the hang of this. And I'm not using the shift key. I'm just doing this. Oh my God. So bad. I'm glad there are all these smart people in the chat because this is truly, oh, no. Is this good? I'm just going to throw it to the, is that good? Group. This is ridiculous. All right, I'm going to do one letter at a time. We all agree that's the D. What's next? G. There's only one E to choose from. I found ways to make mistakes that didn't even exist before I got here. Is that right? Why was this one so hard? The rest of them were easier. All right, I think we're good there. 26 is the Singer. This is clearly an I. N-A-S-H-E is no good because that would be a 2 by 2. Oh, we got to go here. Got it. Okay. It's Momo. Well done. All right, so let's get this out of here. Let's go. Oh no, oh my God, I killed all the. God, I turned off the screen share and I killed all of the, maybe I can get them back if I go to annotate. Oh my God. Oh, that is freaking brutal. Well, do we take 2.5 hours for me to miss my show and draw them all in again? That was low-key disastrous. Well, if we can do it quickly, we will. Otherwise, we might need Sid to help us with the theme. Yeah, I mean, I am basically almost done. Well, I know this one's here because Strawberry just told me. Don't draw them back, fine. This pop star, whatever. Okay, it doesn't matter. Y'all get it. This is what's her face. She's going. I'm not even going to try to do it in front of everybody. That was already embarrassing enough. Let's turn off the like turn on and off annotate button was right next to the stop share button, and I was having so much fun yelling at Sid for something he didn't even do that I like lost track. Text message status. Well, you don't want to be left on red. Oh, sent. Is it? Yeah, it's got to be sent like this. Ay. Sorry, everybody. I mean, you know what the real tragedy is? All those gorgeous horizontal lines just disappeared. Clean slate for the meta, fair enough. Anybody got anything in row M? Holdups of a sort. Man, well, you know, if we're not getting to Frisco, I'm just gonna throw in a few things down here. 23 went across the pond. Oh, skated. I thought it was like sailed. SK ATED, and then that dot winds around, right? Like that. So, oh, this is brutal. Bank heists. I love that. Well done, heists. I was super not thinking of that. I was saying like pull-ups and like there's an up in the clue. Went across the frozen pond. Exactly. Well done. Well, first I was thinking like flew across, like to visit Ladavie in Scotland. Is this? Oh, puzzle solved, y'all. Wow. Crossword Nexus thinks the puzzle is solved, but it isn't. It's meta o'clock. Well, GG to everybody in the chat. I mean, my God, this has taken so long, not because it wasn't great and not because it wasn't solvable, but because I chose to talk about the rude parallel parking of people I don't know. So sorry, everybody, if I made this drag a little too much. Oh, I think I did 20 minutes on Brendan Hunt and his like comedy career. Anyway, okay, well, we're not drawing everything in, and yet, man, is it tempting. Okay, did we learn about, I'm gonna leave the screen share on. Did we stop annotate? Did we learn anything I'm gonna open the PDF real quick and read back to you what Sid had to say about, or is there like a notes thing in here, Sid, that I can click on? Like, oh yeah, here we go. Let's do that. Oh my God, I didn't even have to go to the PDF. Okay. Go to the asterisks at the bottom. The meta answer to this puzzle is something you can draw. A trail you can draw badly and accidentally erase a trail. Okay, so there's a meta answer. Does anybody in the chat box have the first clue how on earth we're going to figure out a meta here? Is it all letters K? While everyone thinks about that for a minute, I'm just going to quietly go back to the ones that I remember, like toweling, for example. Is clue 30 relevant? Ooh, oh man, there are so many clues here I haven't even looked at yet. Well done. Strawberry, give yourself a point. Things to send out to generous friends. Thank you notes. Thank you letters, 537. I mean, my niece, we were just advising her this morning, take notes when you open all your bat mitzvah gifts, because you're going to have a pile of gifts and you're not going to remember who gave you the whatever, the bracelet or teddy bear or whatever. Okay, so thank you letters. We might be onto something. Things to send out to generous friends, or what four trails in this puzzle that are worth highlighting, don't worry, I have a highlighter, are entirely made of. Are these made of only the letters in thank? Oh, the letters in the word. Now I'm beginning to see why we have so many K's in here, because. All right, so are there unused letters in trails that become the thank you? So are we spelling thank you 4 times? I strongly suspect it's going to become a lot more clear as we start. Blushing, you see it. Let's go crazy and use what they call in this thing a highlighter. Looks like that. Okay, you see it at the bottom. Is there a trail? I'm a little confused. Thank you. Oh, so this time. Were these letters Sid? It's too bad we don't have the writer of this puzzle here. Sid. Oh, wait, Sid's here. Were these letters not used in other trails? Here's a TH. That's a promising start. THA. Oh, that AN on the right is like a false alarm, is it? I'm confused. THA. I don't see an N. I'm confused. Okay, yeah, Stephen, we saw that in the instructions. All letters are used in a trail. So these are Sid. How hard was this? Can we go diagonally on? I'm a little confused. Are we to spell? Well, we just spelled thank you and with a legit trail. And here we have a TH, but this didn't seem to make a trail. Here's a YU without an, oh, I'm a little. Okay, well, I don't know that I'm doing great. I know that I have like my usual brilliant like rock stars in the chat, and thank God for them, because I not only am I talking the whole time, which makes it harder to solve, but more to the point, like I'm, on a good day, like a B- solver, and my chat like carries me across the finish line so often, but never more than now. All right, well, here's a THAN. Where's the KYOU? Why does this one connect down here? And I mean, are there 4 that connect and a bunch of false alarms? Oh, okay. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, so the 30 trail is, now I get it. I was looking for 4 that were like 30. All right, so the 30 trail is you send thank you letters, and note the pun on the word letters because Sid is so good. 4 trails are entirely made of, nice. So katakana, got it. All right, so it's just with like this. So it's almost like with like the Japanese alphabet. We're using like a small, whatever, I can draw through the middle. It doesn't matter. I did something wrong. Oh, it's the T. It's this. It's this. Sid, how on earth did you build this grid where every letter is used once and I mean, this must have taken a while. I mean, I know you got skills, but God, this is so complicated. Good for you. Take a bow. It's really impressive. All right, let's get over to letters like this that clearly are going to get us there. Oh, teak, of course. Okay, so this was not a trail, but it's, no, wait. No, teak isn't one because there's an E. I mean, and also it's not a trail, it's a horizontal word. Let's get up to these. iPhone X probably not gonna get us there. I like this ending in a K. I don't even remember what this was. I like ending in NK. Not remembering this like at all. Hanukkah, nice one. There was a KK. Yep. Wow. All I can say is, wow, Sid. Very impressive. Well, for those of you who don't know, I mean, Sid is, oh wait, is this an ankh? Not an anklet. A anklet, there's an E is a problem. Thank you. Ooh, no, not that. Strawberry. when did you become like the world's greatest solver? You and Steven Sta and everybody else here. No, not THA. Is this the one that I had to draw 10 times? Wow. Sid, I'm in awe of how good this is. This is crazy. How did you make this thing? For those who don't know, and I'm now Sid, now that I think is Sid, are you still awake? Did you fall asleep by how slowly I went? Now that I think have the delete the oh, is this in the shape of something? Delete the other trail lines. Are we not done? Oh, wait a minute. We're not done. What was the I'm going to stop to annotate for a hot second and hopefully not delete these trails we just found. Okay, so the notes say, oh, the meta answer is something you can draw. A thank you. Oh my God, I just did it again. God bless America. Really, really not good. Well, this time we only have to do, Jesus Christ. I only have an hour, I only have 2 hours until my show. This is, God, this is so, what an amateur, what a complete dum-dum. All right. I'm afraid the problem is to move around between the words and I think we got this now though. Kanakata, yeah. This part's easier. But having to draw, whatever, I don't care anymore. How bad this looks because we'll still be able to read them. Having to redraw all the trails would have been like pretty painful. We had, what do we have down here for the thank you? Oh, thank you. This was like the thank you note. Okay, so this is that's easy. And then we had no, not that. Would it help if I turned off the annotate right now? Guys, anyone, ladies? All right, there was, what was the other one? It was not Tokyo. Leave 30. Yeah, that's fair. That's true. Don't highlight thank you. Okay, so whoops, I'm gonna get the eraser going, y'all. Oh, we don't want to do clear. That would clear all drawings. The eraser. Now back to the pen. And trying to Tokyo's in a cross. And it wouldn't be a trail because they don't go in a straight line. 12 is Tom Hanks. Oh, Hanukkah. Yeah, of course. Hanukkah, oh, Hanukkah. Come light the menorah. And then we had thank you. That's not one of them. Did we say earlier what the other one was? We know it's not iPhone. Steven said 15. Oh, it's honky tonk. Yeah, for sure. Of course. And honky tonk. I don't remember where we're going. Looks like we're going up. We need to get that YTON. Oh my God, Sid. Is this in the shape of a heart? Now don't hit stop share, dum-dum. Don't hit stop share. Turn off the annotate. I want to see one more time. What are the notes said? The meta, oh my God, Sid. Jesus, I couldn't even like fill this grid with answers, let alone the thank you. Jesus, so good. For those who don't know, I keep saying it, not saying it. For those who don't know, Sid is, if anyone knows the New York Times, like holiday, like what do they call it? The Puzzle Mania section at like holiday time. They always have a mega grid. Like, I don't even know how big it is, like, 39 by 39 or 57 or whatever. Sid drew that one year. Sid, I mean, that's a whole probably conversation. You know what we probably should have done, Sid, is put you on the I'm not good at coloring. We should have put you on the Zoom, but whatever. You were great in the chat box too. Incredible. This is really quite a feat of construction. Sid, I'm glad you recommended that I solve this on Twitch because I mean this truly was, this is really something else. Really, really great. Okay. I can't top that. That is honestly, that's about as good as we're gonna see today. Or like this month. Sid, any words of wisdom? I mean, I love having a lot of people here in the chat, but and it's, I'm spoiled, appreciate you all being here, but As I said, I gotta run the city. I'd rather not leave it to the last minute. And I mean, this thing was such a treat. And Frisco, oh my God, Frisco, you're on deck. Speaking of Jewish dudes being on deck. Get your sister Puzzle Mania. You know, I have one or two old Puzzle Mania sections here in my office that are untouched by human hands. And I should like make them a prize or something on here sometime. Those are highly sought after. And, you know, I love a pencil puzzle as much as the next guy, but like one of them's been sitting here for at least 3 years. And if I'm not going to do it, it should go to a good home. All right, let me catch up with the chat here. You get your sister Puzzle Mania, quality gift. You know, it took a long time. Well, yeah, Sid, I mean, tricky puzzle, not easy. However, I really, really slowed us down with way too much yakking. But then again, it's fun to talk with the chat. And okay, we had time. I mean, we did a 2-hour stream. Once we set Frisco, we'll be in touch. Like, I forget what my schedule looks like. Maybe next weekend, if you're available. Let me take a look at the calendar. I will definitely be in the office next weekend working. So next weekend definitely could happen. I don't know about you. We'll take this off the air. We did great, Sid. Thanks. The chat did great. I was not great. I came up with a few across answers, but I mean, I need to go back to kindergarten and learn how to color for one thing, etc. A heart is also a playing card you can draw, not Sid. So good. Really, really good. I keep saying it, but it's true. I told my niece so many times, you were great. You the Torah portion, and what a nice party. Your friends are so happy to be here, blah, blah. Well, I'm going to say it to Sid just as many times. Sid, this is awesome. I'm very impressed. I mean, you're not only a great guy and like a fun friend to have, but yeah, your skills are crazy good. I usually go back at the end and try to be like, thank you to so-and-so at the Monday New York Times and so-and-so who had the Friday, but it was just Sid and Matthew Stock today, right? So didn't we start with you and Matthew? Like Freddie Chang got left behind. Freddie, sorry about that. You know, we got 1.6 million lurkers in here. Freddie's probably one of them. Freddie, we'll get to you soon. I mean, I'm gonna have to change the name of this. Wait a minute, if you look back at the older videos on here, Sid and Frisco took over once. Like they were both in the Zoom going bananas, and I called the stream Sid and Frisco take over. We might have to like name this one after you guys too. Anyway, but I mean, Strawberry, Steven, all the rest of y'all, everybody, Momo, I mean, so many, Eliana, so many people helping, Blushing, rolling this thing back. I mean, people come in here, they leave, Delka. Thank you all for being here. Such good company, so much help solving. Rufus, thank you, Skylarka, for the raid. I mean, Nora was in here, LeBron was in here. Iris, Rufus, Jesus. I mean, we could have a softball game with all the people in here today. Appreciate you all. No, Sid, please, Sid, come on. I could do no better than to have you in here. It's absolutely great. Yeah, strong recommend on Blushing in the Sky stream. Blushing, I'm going to a theater show and then I'm having dinner with friends and doing karaoke. So this will be a tough day for me to join you. But strong recommend. Follow Blushing on Twitch. Really good with a bit of a Texas twang, really good puzzle solving over there. And yeah, this is great. Could ask for nothing more. My whole weekend was already setting up to be super fun, and it has been and will continue to be, but the Crossroads stream was the one thing I was hoping to get to, and it worked out great. So thank you again, Sid and Matthew. Yeah, thank you all for joining me, and not sure when the next stream is going to be. It depends how the week plays itself out. Maybe get to one during the week, maybe not. Definitely we'll do one next weekend. I clearly will have time, and whenever the next one is, I'll see you guys then. Thank you all.